Hi everyone. We are the team who is redesigning PH 128, which is a GE course, a general education course for the multicultural international area. And we are very honored to participate in this 2014 Summer Academy. My name is Elda Pinzon Perez. I am a professor of public health in the Department of Public Health within the College of Health and Human Services. The target course that we have selected for this academy is PH 128. The title is Alternative Medicine, Holistic Health. And the need for this course will be determined or will be explained in a few minutes after I introduce my partner in this team, Dr. Miguel Perez.
Hi, I'm Miguel Perez, and I'm one of the other half of this team. I will let the better looking person speak, but I'll be here, and from time to time I'll be making a few comments or just sticking my head to remind you that I was a part of the team as well.
Okay, there are a list of questions that are required for us to answer as part of this video, so we'll go over each of them and provide our impressions, our comments. The first question is related to what are the key elements of your course redesign. Okay, as I mentioned to you, PH 128 is a general education class. It's taken by students from all disciplines, and we have noticed during the last 3 years that this course has been taught online, that we have a great variation in the scores of the in relationship to the grades and the completion of assessments across different disciplines. So we wanted to make this course more appealing for all disciplines, not only for health related students or majors, and we wanted to make sure that students are likely to succeed even though they may not have had any health background. How will your course be now versus what it was last time taught? Several aspects of this redesign. And the first one is we are going to incorporate introductory videos for the various modules, and hopefully these introductory videos will give them a general explanation of what the instructor is hoping to complete or get through the learning modules. The second component is we are going to introduce some specific assessment methods to determine whether these redesign efforts have made a difference in terms of student outcomes, learning outcomes. We are planning to incorporate 3 types of assessments, and one related to self-efficacy, the other one related to knowledge itself and scores in exams and general score, grading score, and another one we will incorporate is in relationship to the engagement into the course and hours dedicated in learning the materials. The third component of this redesign is aimed towards actually assessing 2 modalities of the course. In this fall 2014, we will offer the course online, but it will be the regular course, and in fall 2015 we will hope to offer it as an ACE designation, which is service learning. We want to determine what difference in the outcomes do we have in the first modality, which was prior to this redesign effort, then in the second modality, which is in the fall with the redesign effort in 2014, and then in 2015 with the service learning component, and assess some of the outcomes in measurement of self-efficacy, writing skills, grades and scores in the course, as well as what impact has it had service learning in terms of the attitudes of the students towards alternative medicine and holistic health. The third question is, what factors did you consider when selecting these elements? We did debated a lot about what to do in the redesign. We are conscious that this redesign process will take us quite a while in terms of improving the course every time we offer it, and we have learned several mechanisms and strategies in this summer academy. But we did it, we selected them based upon, first of all, practicality. Can they be done at this point of time with the resources that we have? Can those strategies be incorporated with the resources that we have and the time that we have? Understanding that the first modality of the redesigned course, the first offering of the course that has been redesigned, will be this fall. The second component is the innovation that it will bring to the course, and how appealing will be for the students, knowing that they are technology savvy, in many occasions even more than us, the instructors. So we wanted to select activities that were appealing for all majors and at the university, and that could they could carry, or they could use in their mobile devices, and they can access easily at remote distances, and could be engaged through those strategies that we have. And the third one is related to primarily centering on student outcomes assessment. This course is part of an elective for our major. Once again, the course title is Alternative Medicine, Holistic Health. And in terms of the outcomes that we want to get as part of the major elective, is to make sure that students are savvy consumers who use critical thinking in the selection of alternative medicine and in the consideration of alternative medicine, holistic health. We want to make sure that students understand the benefits, but also the risks associated with the use of alternative medicine, holistic methods. And based upon that understanding of the benefits and risks, they choose to use them or not in consultation with their primary healthcare providers. We emphasize largely the importance of involving the healthcare provider, nurse practitioners, doctors, MDs, DOs, doctor of osteopathy, PAs, physician assistants in the selection of those methods, and informing them so they to avoid interactions with other forms of care. The fourth question relates to how is your course redesign aligned with the students' learning outcomes of your course. We have already addressed that in our previous comment. However, we originally had 7 objectives. With this redesign, we received a training on Bloom's taxonomy, and in light of student learning outcomes, that was very helpful from Dr. Ida Jones. We changed the syllabus, for instance. Now each of the assignments indicates what learning outcome is intended to achieve, and through that process we eliminated 2 learning outcomes that were not really clear, and remodified them, changed them, and created the corresponding assignment to make sure that learning outcome was achieved, and also that was measurable, since our assessment is a pretty important part of our course redesign. We have complied with the learning outcomes for our major, as well as the learning outcomes from the general education, multicultural, international area, since we have to comply with both requirements. The next question is, how do you plan on assessing your course redesign? Actually, we are doing that with the assistance of Chris Hernandez from the office of Title V. We are meeting with him and selecting 3 instruments. 2 of them are the typical instruments that we use for regular courses that they have taught us in their summer academy, and there is a 3rd one that is primarily centered on service learning and the effects of service learning. We will use Qualtrics for the surveys, and at this point of time we will require the completion of those assessments as part of the course grade. However, in consultation with the design team, we were debating whether it should be required or not because of human subjects IRB guidelines. And what we have decided is that the points assigned for the completion of the assessments, the students will have an option if they decide not to complete it, which is to complete an alternative assignment, and they can select whether they complete the alternative assignment, which has nothing to do specifically with the assessments, or complete the assessments for this the evaluation of this course redesign. Certainly, we will hope that they decide to go ahead and complete the assessments, and we have maximized the anonymity of their responses to make sure that they feel free to really truly answer based upon their experience without any fear. So hopefully we'll hope to get good data that will allow us to compare the effectiveness of the redesign, then later the service learning methods. And we're certainly hoping that it will make a difference in terms of learning for students across all disciplines. The next one is, what is your general timeline for a fall 2014 implementation of your course redesign? At this moment, we are at the beginning of June, and our goal is to have the course completely redesigned for the end of June. Consult with the Summer Academy team during the July session, and then have the Blackboard site completely redesigned in August. So we will offer it in 2014 fall, which starts at the end of August. We'll have the very first week of the class the pre-assessments, some completion of the pre-test assessments in regards to self-efficacy, in regards to engagement, student learning outcomes, and then compare it at the end. There will be a midline measurement, probably in terms of the writing skills. Since this is a GE course, it requires that we get the students the option to submit drafts prior to the final submission. That is called the iterative requirement for us. And in order to comply with that, we want to see what the writing skills are prior to the final submission at that midpoint where they submit their draft, and then compare it to the final submission, hopefully to give us some data in terms of what we need to change for the future. And we have to hope to have the first set of data at the end of December. When the course finishes, I will analyze data in the spring and offer it again in the fall. It is offered every fall in an completely online modality. We usually have 45 students, but sometimes, depending upon the demand, we accept 50 or 55. So we have decided to do the redesign, assuming that it will have about 55 students. In the fall 2015, we hope to offer it as service learning modality, which we will have different kinds of activities and some assignments that are not included in the regular course offering. Those assignments certainly are specific to service learning courses. The next question is, describe the one or two most critical things you have learned during the academy. Well, first of all, assessment. This issue of assessment is core to our course, and we have learned various strategies for assessments, especially instruments that are already validated and reliable that we could use for assessing outcomes in our course in the various modalities of the course. We also, another one that I like very much is Google collaboration and mobile applications. And with Miguel, we have been discussing this throughout the whole academy in selecting the strategies that we'll be using. He's particularly interested in the technology aspect, and although I am fearful of it because of my lack of knowledge, I think that our team is very strong because he likes to adventure with those methods, and he's very willing to teach me and guide me in the process of teaching it. I will be the primary instructor for this course. He is also interested in teaching the course in the future and has the knowledge and the qualifications to teach it. So we will work together in the development of this course redesign for the next years. The other element that I liked very much was the learning outcomes. We have heard of the Bloom's taxonomy several times, but I think in this case I made an effort to include the Bloom's taxonomy in terms of the objectives and learning outcomes into each of the assignments. And that makes a difference for us as a team in terms of assessing student outcomes. It will make it also more valuable for accreditation procedures, since our department is trying to embark in an accreditation process for our undergraduate program. And that way the accreditation team could clearly see the assignment and what learning outcome are we expecting to achieve with that particular assignment, and with other tools like PowerPoints and videos that we'll be using. The next question is, what current concerns do you have about your course redesign? We talked with Miguel yesterday in trying to prepare for these answers. One is the timeline. I thought we have the whole summer. Sometimes it seems like still not enough to prepare all these strategies that we want to incorporate. At the same time, we have come to a decision that the course will always have something new, so we will be using what we learn in the academy for several years, and we'll try to incorporate different innovations as we go through the years, and to make sure that the course gets better and better. The other concern is certainly who will be teaching the course. For now, I am primarily the person from the department who has the interest and the qualifications to teach the course. Miguel is now more qualified, as he and I are working on a book on complementary and alternative medicine, holistic health, and through that process we are getting the subject matter expertise to teach this course. In the future, we hope to convince other faculty in our department to try this, and I think it will be by getting the course really solidified with all the strategies, all the tools, more people will be likely to adventure in teaching this course. The last question is, anything else you would like to add? Well, we would like to extend our gratitude to the Title V staff, to TILT staff, to all of the people who make this Summer Academy possible, as those funds that they have allocated and attributed to this academy are very important. For instance, allowing us to dedicate a whole week center on this is extremely useful, as throughout the semester we are pulling different directions, research, service, and teaching, and we have to succeed in all those domains, and center in having 1 week of exclusive dedication to the course. It's really helpful. Help us debate, give us the opportunity to both of us discuss of what we really want from the course. And I believe Miguel wants to add something in regards to this
actually
session.
I think everything has been covered. We're coming to the end of our video, and just sort of wanted to say thank you to the redesign team. It really has been a great learning experience for us. Some of the tools that were introduced, even the technology for us to be using to record this video is entirely new to us. So the learning process has been great, and the support has been outstanding. So couldn't depart without saying thank you.
So to all of you, mil gracias. Thank you so much.